Hi, this is Carl Polachek, and this is another SOP video for managed service providers. Today we're going to talk about working from home. What are some really good habits you need to have if you're going to be successful working from home? You know, if you're an employee, you have to understand it is an honor, it is a privilege to be able to work from home and get some of that work-life balance, but you earn that by being very, very productive. So whether you're the owner or you're an employee, working from home has certain requirements. First of all, you need to have a place to work. You need to have a place that is actually your home office. It's only used for that, and it's something that is set up to be as productive as possible. You should have good equipment. It should be set up permanently, and if possible, that room should be dedicated completely to your office at home and not be used for storing a bunch of other stuff. So I'm not going to get into home office deductions, which is a moving target that always seems to be something that catches the eye of the taxing officials, but I will tell you this. Talk to your accountant and make sure that you fit the requirements for taking a home office deduction. For the most part, current law says if you've got another place to go, you probably can't take a home office deduction. So make sure that your home office space is as usable as possible. If you happen to get a deduction, that's a bonus, but it shouldn't affect how you set up your home office. Now, the other thing is you need habits. You need really, really good habits. First of all, you should dress for work. I met up with a friend recently for lunch, and she knew that the only thing I had to do that day was our mastermind lunch. But I showed up in a shirt with a collar and long sleeves, and she said, "Don't you ever relax?" And I said, "Well, I do relax, but I'm at work. I literally get up and I dress for work, even if I'm going to be home all day, because it's part of the routine of working from home. It's part of the routine of putting on a suit, putting on the work clothes, and being at work when you're at work." The same thing goes for all the other little habits around your house. You can't be constantly going to the kitchen. You can't be doing other chores. You can't be doing the laundry, right? All of those things are off limits when you are working. So you need to have work hours. You need to check into work and you need to check out of work at 5 or 6 o'clock. So don't start working 10, 12, 15-hour days just because you happen to be at home. You really need to work on that work-life balance. And there's a great weakness we have of putting in too much time that we don't log and calling it work from home. You also have to make sure that you take breaks. So you do need to take a break. Like literally leave your desk, go sit somewhere else and have your lunch. Take a little break in the morning, a little break in the afternoon, a lunch break in the middle. Again, even if you're home all day long, you just need to develop these habits of balancing your work. And you know, it's easier to do for some reason when you're at an official office outside the home. You need to do those things even when you are at home. And you know, I mentioned the tracking of time. That is one of these things where a lot of people, again, fall out of the habit of tracking their time appropriately simply because they're working at home. You should work as effectively at home as you do at an office, if not more effectively. So don't fall into those bad habits. This is worst with people who are just starting to work at home because they're not used to it. You have to develop these habits of success. Work when you work, don't work when you don't work. So check in, check out, take some breaks, be on the clock or off the clock, but be rigorous. Treat it like work, and you'll be far more productive. For Small Biz Thoughts, this is Carl Polachek wishing you the best of luck in your managed service business. Like it if you like it, share it with your friends, and absolutely subscribe to the channel.